Hey everyone, welcome back to a special episode of the Lunar Nation podcast. This is your host Sagun and my co-host Arrow. Franz, who's one of our other co-hosts, is actually on a journey in a small spaceship at Mars to see if aliens are real or not. So he'll be back in the next episode. So I just want to mention today it's actually a really special episode. So we have a special guest on the line, Patoshi Nakamoto, who's the great lost son of the great Satoshi Nakamoto, who's the one that actually developed Bitcoin, apparently. So he has a lot of knowledge in crypto and the NFT space. So I think it'll bring a lot of value to the audience that are listening in. But before he blesses us with his incredible and powerful wisdom, I just want to introduce this topic of the digital currency realm, which is the cryptocurrencies and leading up to the NFTs. So, to introduce, cryptocurrency is the most generic way possible, which exists digitally or virtually to make secure transactions. And that includes such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, etc. Cryptocurrency actually doesn't have a central issuing or regulating authority, but uses a decentralized system to record transactions and issues new units. So it's basically a peer-to-peer system that allows anyone to basically send or receive payments. So it's much easier compared to the physical currency that we have right now. And it basically is in the digital entries as an online database, and there's specific transactions hashes that are included. Now that I've basically introduced this topic, I really want you guys to know who Patoshi is. So I'll just let him take the floor from here.
Yeah, thanks, Sagun, for that amazing introduction, and thank you for having me on the podcast, the Lunar Nation podcast. It's an honor. So, a little background about myself. I've been in the crypto space since 2017, and I really got into it. I was doing e-commerce at the time, and then I stumbled across the Bitcoin logo. I kept seeing it everywhere, and a lot of people were talking about it at the time. Bitcoin was probably around $4,000, and I would watch the charts day to day before buying any, and I would see this thing just keep going up, maybe like $1,000 increase per day, and I was like, wow, this is nuts. So I ended up buying a little, and then I just saw my balance keep going up, and I was like, wow, this is actually like too easy.
Yeah, you got really addicted with that gains. You don't really
Yeah, yeah.
normally see that.
The
And
gains, yeah, because I wasn't even into stocks that much before, but yeah, crypto was the type of gains was crazy. I
yeah,
mean,
you
we were seeing 100% gains on many different coins.
Oh, more than 100%.
Yeah,
You see like 1,000%, 2,000%, right?
I'm telling you, yeah, and that's what attracted me because stocks, like you wouldn't find that in stocks.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. But also, I had a question. So basically, like, did you really like centralized banks, or do you really like physical money?
at
Or
the
do
time, yeah. Uh, I'm sorry. Finish your question.
Yeah, so what I was gonna say is like, were you really like getting into crypto because you want to get away from that, or is it just because you really want to see those gains?
Yeah, so at the time in 2017, I wasn't really. I feel like I didn't have that much knowledge around centralized banks and kind of how they operate. Um, the more I learned about Bitcoin is what opened up my eyes to a more decentralized world. Like, it really does make sense. Why is the banks controlling our money and
Yeah,
our investment? Like, basically, they're investing our money because when a bank gets money, they loan it out. They're making money on your money.
exactly.
With crypto, you can make money on your own money just by yield farming. You could stake your crypto. See, we like banks will give you what? Maybe 1 or 2%
Yeah,
a
not
year.
you.
Yeah,
Some don't. Yeah.
but decentralization, you can maybe make 10% or 16% a year, but it does come with risks. I'm
Oh
not
yeah.
sure if you heard about the Celsius, the
Oh
big
yes, yes.
Celsius.
So I just want to say, So Celsius is basically another like staking basically where you can buy crypto. You know, you can lend crypto as well. So I did have a position in Celsius, so I really feel bad. So whenever I'm reminded of the Celsius, I had full faith in Celsius because like I would have different cryptocurrencies, right? Like Avalanche. There's a lot of cryptocurrencies that I had, and I had it staked. Basically, staking is when you basically lend that crypto to that, I guess, that organization in order to just basically like giving them your money, right, in order for you to gain some kind of interest in it, right? So I
Basically you stake your crypto, you give it to, Celsius, for example. They hold on to your crypto and then they pay you an interest yield on it.
exactly
Um,
like go ahead.
yeah, but unfortunately what happened with Celsius was they were loaning out your crypto and they were hedging. They were way too leveraged, and eventually they didn't have enough deposits to pay back their users who
I
wanted
see.
to withdraw.
Exactly, and it's such a sad situation. Yeah, I just want to see Arrow's perspective on it as well. I think
Yep.
hopefully Arrow didn't get messed up by Celsius.
Okay, what's up, everyone? So yeah, I'm listening to you guys talk about like Celsius staking. Um, so I had a question. You know what I mean? So if someone like doesn't know much about crypto, where do you suggest they? Where's the beginner level? Like, where can they understand the foundation? And more importantly, who should they follow? And like like what type of information should they look for?
Yeah, Arrow, that's actually, I think, the most important question before getting into crypto if you're not already in it, because I got into crypto. I unfortunately lost money because in crypto there's a bunch of Ponzi schemes. Unfortunately, every new industry will have a scam associated to it. Um, I ended up getting most of my information from Twitter, from Reddit, some YouTube, but over the years I've come to a conclusion that there's only really a small group of people in crypto who really know what's going on. The rest are just fake, influencers trying to pump their own bags and trying to, create NFT projects that are completely worthless and then rugging the project. So the most important thing is you have to know when you're following someone, whether that's on Twitter or any social media platform, is to verify that they know what they're talking about, that they've been in the game for a long time. Because a lot of these people will come in, they've only been in crypto maybe for a couple months, and then they'll go and like make a YouTube video and they'll tell somebody, "Oh yeah, this is the coin you should buy." Like,
Yeah,
no, you can't tell
exactly.
people what coins to buy.
Exactly. So they basically have to do their own research because
Of
otherwise.
course, yeah, it's a one for all. Nobody should control your buying power.
Exactly, and I just want to link with that. Like we're throwing all these terms, right? We're throwing Bitcoin, we're throwing Ethereum, we're throwing Litecoin, we're throwing all these different types of cryptocurrency, and we don't really want to overwhelm our audience, right? Because these like for people that are new to crypto, they might not even know what an Ethereum is, right? Or they might not even know what a
Exactly.
Litecoin is, right? So I just wanted to just quickly introduce so the first actual cryptocurrency that was ever, I guess, established is Bitcoin itself. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard of Bitcoin, whether it be in, like advertisements, whether it be their friends, Twitter, like what Patoshi is saying. There's a lot of media, that always keeps saying, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, oh, buy Bitcoin, buy the dip, you guys hear all this thing, right? So it's basically, it was launched in 2009 by a mysterious creator known as Satoshi Nakamoto. So Satoshi Nakamoto, I didn't mention in the intro, but we don't really know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. Satoshi Nakamoto could be a group. So Patoshi, I don't know if you want to add more about that.
Yeah, so I think it's I think it's one of the biggest mysteries uh, in our lifetime is who is Satoshi Nakamoto. There has been some rumors that kind of point to Elon Musk in a really good way because Elon founded PayPal, and PayPal was actually created to create the first digital currency. That's the reason it was created. Um, over
Interesting.
the year, over time, they ended up, making it a peer-to-peer uh, kind of cash system, but not decentralized. You got to remember, PayPal is centralized; they're a corporation.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, Elon Musk is, everyone knows he's a wizard, and he has the programming knowledge to create Bitcoin. Bitcoin was created in C++, the language, I believe, and
Yep.
Elon Musk is pretty proficient in that language. Um, you know, I have a feeling it could be Elon Musk, but at the end of the day, that person is never going to come to light because the whole idea of Bitcoin is it's not run by anyone. It's supposed to
Exactly.
be the people's
Decentralized, right?
currency.
The decentralized, that's the main thing, right? That's it gives us more power than, like, let's say if you were in the stock market, right? I mean, we could say, like, it does get manipulated by the whales sometimes,
For
right? But
sure.
it gives us more of a chance, compared to, like, all these stocks and everything, like I mentioned, right, that are controlled by the government. I mean, we do have some, like, sectors, that might not be, but majority of them are, right? So
Yes.
so that's why I'm just saying. Also, another, like, fact is, Bitcoin runs 24/7. So it's like you can just, like, whenever you want to make a transaction, you can make it at like 2 a.m. at night. Like,
And
funny.
it's not, yeah, it doesn't matter the dollar amount. It's not going to
Exactly.
cost you, you know, if you want to move $10 billion in 20 minutes, what is the best way to move $20 billion is through Bitcoin. Or
Exactly.
you know you can't do that through a bank. If you want to move, even $1 million in a bank, it might take you a month or two,
Oh yeah, yeah.
depending who you are.
All the process, everything, right? But with crypto, you just have your, like, let's say your wallet, right? I mean, we can even go into that as well. You could have your hard wallet, or you could have, like, an exchange, and you could do your transactions there. I don't know if you, Patoshi, I don't know if you want to go and get into, like, the hard
Yeah.
wallet.
So let me tell you, for Lunar Nation audience, I'm not sure how many of you guys are in crypto, but I will tell you this: if you are in the U.S. and some other states, that Coinbase is the company you should go to, because what I like about Coinbase is they set you up and they protect your assets from getting stolen. If you go and create your own wallet and you don't save your seed phrase, or you don't protect your wallet and it gets hacked, you will lose your funds.
Oh yeah.
Coinbase is the best beginner wallet that there is. But I do want to get your take, Sagun. What
Yeah,
wallet or what company do
yeah,
you,
yeah,
you
for
kind
sure.
of
I
keep
mean,
your assets in?
I do have a lot of experience in this because, like, I've been switching back and forth, back and forth. So it's like I have, like, to be honest, I have, like, I think, like, 25, 30, or, like, I can't honestly, I can't even keep count. But I would
Yeah,
say the
tell the
majority.
audience why you have 25, 30
Oh yeah,
wallets.
yeah, for sure, for sure. So it's because of just the risk. You
Exactly.
could get rug pulled. You could.
Exactly.
I've gotten rug pulled, so I know.
Guys, the most important thing is never keep all your eggs in one basket. Never.
Exactly, exactly. That's the main point, right? Let's say if you have,
Especially in
like,
crypto.
yeah. So let's say if you have, like, 30 ETH, or 30 Bitcoin in just one wallet, someone just, somehow drains your wallet. They know your seed phrase. So basically, a seed phrase is a code. It's basically, I don't know, I don't
12,
remember.
it's usually a 12
Yeah, 12. Yeah,
12, yeah, 12 letter, 12 word code.
exactly. And then once you have that code, and if someone else has that code, then you're screwed because they have access to your wallet. They can just transfer it to their own account, right?
But yeah, Segun, I will add, most of the hacks that I've seen being in this space are usually not from technical hacks
Yeah.
or somebody knowing your seed phrase. What I've seen is social engineering
Oh yeah.
is how they get your wallet. Never ever, if you get into crypto, somebody DMs messages you, hey, I want to help you, blah blah blah. Don't
Yeah.
ever give your seed phrase or any information contained to your wallet, because
Exactly.
they
Exactly.
they will come after you once you're in crypto.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just want to just this is a funny story. So even just yesterday, I mean, I get so many emails. They're like, Sagoon, congratulations, you won 0.47 Bitcoin.
Yep.
You know what? Click this link. Obviously, that link is a phishing scam. Like, it's that's how they get you. I mean, that's how they get a lot of people, because a lot of people who are new are naive. They don't know what's gonna happen. They might.
And yeah, that's unfortunately how it is. When I came into crypto, I was very naive. I didn't know anything that was going on.
Same.
I lost money in BitConnect, which was
Oh
a
yeah.
huge, huge Ponzi scheme. I
Oh yeah.
can't. I kind of knew it was a scam when I put money in it, but I was willing to take that risk to
Yeah,
see if I can get my money out before they rug pulled. So I had a
exactly.
feeling because sometimes you just know.
And sometimes you just know exactly. Yeah, I mean, we kind of got sidetracked, but I was just gonna say like the exchanges that I use, right? So the main exchanges that I use are Coinbase, just like what you said. It's very reliable, even though they do have a lot of the fees.
Yeah, the
The
fees.
when you're doing that,
But if you're a beginner,
yeah. If you're a beginner,
those fees are worth it because it'll protect you.
exactly. One of my favorites that I've been using ever since I ever started crypto is crypto.com. I just love it because of
Yeah,
the perks
I
that you can.
remember you used to tell me about it back in the day, and
Oh
you're
yeah,
right. Crypto.com is
It's
um,
it's it's
up
solid.
there.
I'm telling you because like you can just see the reputation of crypto.com. They literally bought out the Staples Center. They have so many sports teams that have crypto.com. They have so
Yeah,
many.
they actually got Ronaldo, I think. Or
Yeah,
no, that was Binance,
no,
maybe.
that was Binance, which I was gonna
Binance.
say about that. But honestly, for me, Binance, you know how people do say Binance is like, oh, this. I've had a negative experience in Binance, so personally, I don't recommend it.
What happened with you?
So they just froze my assets for no reason.
Yeah, well, yeah, because are you in the U.S.?
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, but I had the Binance US version. Even if I had the Binance US,
Oh, you're saying they froze the Binance U.S. version?
even the Binance US version, I got into their customer support team. I waited for 4 or 5 months, and guess what? They never reach back. They never
Did
do
you have
that.
crypto in there?
Yeah, it did. I had
Oh
so much.
no.
I didn't have a lot, which I got
Yeah,
lucky.
but
But
still,
I did.
if it's a U.S. account, they shouldn't be able to
They
block you.
shouldn't be able to do it. And they're like, actually, by the way, you owe us money. And I was like, you know what? But I don't want to get too carried away. But that's just a different topic, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, just before I let Arrow speak, so another exchange that I use a lot besides Coinbase and Crypto.com is I do use KuCoin. KuCoin because of the fact that there's so many different cryptos that you can buy. Just for the sheer number of cryptos that you can buy, I just use KuCoin.
I
It
do
might
like
not
KuCoin.
be,
Yeah, it's similar to Binance.
it might not be the most safest, but it just there's a lot of variety if you want to buy those coins. So yeah, Arrow, if you had something to say, you can.
Okay, so I really like what you guys have to say. I just want to be a critic. So I've been seeing on the, like I read a lot of news, and sometimes I come across news where governments are technically getting in and kind of closing down these, like, crypto miners and all these different, like for example, like China, United States, in some portions, like they kind of come and hammer on this crypto. You could say crypto farming, or like what is the specific word I'm looking for? Mining. Yeah, there we go.
Crypto
Mining.
mining, yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think is the intention of the government, for example, and coming in and, like, for example, the Chinese government coming in and stopping people from mining? Is it because A, they're afraid, or B, it consumes a lot of energy, which it has, and it's just more bad for the environment?
Yeah, I guess I'll let Patoshi. I think he has he has more knowledge about this. So
It's honestly a tough question, Arrow. But let me tell you this: China, for years, probably since Bitcoin got popular, they came out with headlines. We're gonna ban Bitcoin. We're gonna ban crypto mining. We're gonna ban everything to do with crypto industry. They've been saying this for years. Every time they say it, look what happens. Bitcoin goes higher and higher every bull run.
exactly,
So the miners in China, they want to be part of the Bitcoin network. They want to, handle the transactions. But the problem is you have the Chinese officials coming and raiding their mining rigs, destroying their equipment. And then, the miners have to travel to different places of the world, and then, or they have to sell their equipment, which there is a U.S. company who's buying up all the crypto mining rigs from Chinese suppliers because they can't mine over there. So everyone wants to mine,
Mm.
especially China. China
everyone
and
wants to
Russia, they want to mine Bitcoin because those who mine the most Bitcoin or the most Ethereum, they're the ones who control the network basically. They are the key holders to processing the transactions. So
Exactly.
imagine if you want to be a superpower, the US, China, Russia. If you want to be a digital superpower, you have to control the network. And that's what China was trying to do. But now I think Russia is in the lead.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of whales there. Like imagine like they sell or something. They manipulate. It's all for me. Like even recently, there's just a lot of price manipulation that's happening.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might see like when it goes down, right? That's all the retail investors that are they're selling it too, and then all these whales just come up and scoop it. Because they
Yeah.
want to get the
Yeah. I
best
mean,
deal.
you were talking about some of the, we don't know who these whales are. They could be whales
Exactly.
from traditional finance. It could be like regular hedge funds who are in the crypto game, and these guys are the smartest people in the game. So
Exactly.
they know how
Exactly.
to manipulate easily.
Exactly. And one thing I just want to add as well, which is really important, is that compared to the traditional, finance and, this crypto, this is all anonymous. I mean, you just have this like person, you're just saying person because we don't even know who it is, right? Just someone with a wallet, which could be like basically a hard wallet or even like in an exchange, right? Like they're just buying up all this, we don't know like it's not, there's no identity, associated with that, they just have it in their wallet, so we can just see the numbers, right? Like
It could be anyone. It
yeah,
could be, it could be the U.S. government for all we know.
exactly.
It could be Elon Musk. Who know? We don't know who's behind these transactions.
Exactly, exactly. So it does pose that that interesting question, and that's why, like for me personally, I just like this crypto space is because you don't have to be all open about it. You don't have to expose all your identity, except in these exchanges where you have to do all these KYCs and stuff, right? But let's say like you have your hard wallet, right? Let's say like void what was it again, what Patoshi, what's the like the most famous like hard wallet?
Ledger
Ledger,
or
exactly. Yeah,
Trezor.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't, we didn't introduce that, but basically people can have these kind of hardware wallets and they can store all their cryptos in that too. So they don't have to store it in exchange, which is why we mentioned the Celsius situation, because that was stored in an exchange. And look what's happening to people like me, right?
I
We're
know.
getting
I
screwed
know.
over, If we had it in a hardware wallet,
You're
like
right.
a ledger, we wouldn't have this problem, we wouldn't, like, you could just store it there and it would be there. But the only concern is that imagine if you lose that wallet, then it's gone forever, right? So
Exactly.
there's
Yeah,
always positive and negative.
you're absolutely right. The good thing about hardware wallet is it's not connected to any Wi-Fi or internet, so nobody can really hack it. But you're right. If you lose it, it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you see those stories about that guy with the, like, he was losing like so many millions in Bitcoin because he just forgot his,
Yeah.
forgot
Yeah.
his say, like, where his hardware wallet is, or the seed phrase, everything, so it's very, very like, that's why I guess people kind of defer going into the hardware wallet, because like especially the new people, right? Even let's say even people listening to our podcast itself, they might not be the most experienced, right? So they might see the advertisement, even in the Super Bowl, they had commercials for Coinbase and stuff, right? So they might go into those exchanges thinking that, oh, it might be okay, but who knows, in the future. Like crypto is so volatile to the point that I even think, in my personal opinion, all these crypto exchanges could, go poof as well, in the extreme bear market. And
I
we can
mean,
talk about the bear market
it's
later.
similar to the .com bubble. Yeah,
Exactly.
when an industry is brand new,
Yeah.
you're gonna have in the beginning, you're gonna have a lot of companies come and go, and basically in crypto, these companies are the cryptocurrencies like Litecoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. Basically, these are companies. Now, who's gonna stay after 10, 20 years? Every year, the list changes. The top 10 change every
Oh
year.
yeah, yeah. The amount of volatility that you have itself, right? You don't know where it's gonna go. Like you have these coins like, like what was it? Like Shiba Inu, right? Out of nowhere. Popped, like what's the utility of it, so it's like you never know what's going to happen in this crypto realm, right? You could do an entire like 5 hour long episodes of all the coins and all these cryptos, and we still wouldn't get it done, So this page is huge. There's a lot of potential. But yeah, I want to see what Arrow's thoughts were, if you had a question.
Okay, so here, no, I'm just a question guy. So what the situation is? So suppose we have like we have dollar bills in our pocket. We go buy whatever merchandise. How what is the value behind a crypto where like if suppose you own, I don't know, one Ethereum or one for example Dogecoin, and you want to go buy, I don't know, a TV for example. How do these cryptos hold that value and what backs it up? Because at the end of the day, money I think is backed up by gold and the federal government, but what is backed up by crypto?
But yeah, it's a great question. But let's talk about gold. I mean, what is gold really? It's just like it's a rock. We're the people is we give it value. What is gold though? I mean, gold
It's
is
a
just
rare
a rock.
commodity. It's a rare rock.
Yeah, but Bitcoin is rare too because there's only 21 million.
So my question behind that is, so gold is a natural resource, right? You can find it.
It's
You
natural.
can't
Yeah.
find, but Bitcoin is artificially made through computers, right? So
Bitcoin was yeah, it was algorithm. Yeah, I think it
yeah,
was.
Algorithmically
the
made. Yep.
big question I want to ask is, what prevents someone from going to the computer and making algorithm of that crypto? And what
Well, they
you know
have
what?
so Bitcoin is like the original. It was the first one, so the people gave it its value, its OG value. Now the other cryptos, they all need utility because you can't just come out and say, "Oh yeah, we're like Bitcoin, buy us instead." That's not how it works. Ethereum, if you really look at it under the hood, it's not a cryptocurrency. Ethereum is a decentralized app store. So if you look at the Apple App Store or Google Play Store, there's a bunch of applications that you can download from that app store. I'm sorry, Ethereum is more like a operating system. So you can
Exactly.
look at it like Windows or Mac OS or something like that, and you could build different applications on top of it. So that's why I truly believe in Ethereum because it does have the utility there. I think Ethereum compared to Google, Facebook, or Amazon Web Services, Ethereum is, it has a chance at beating all of those, being a decentralized, data center.
Yeah. So I like how you just mentioned Ethereum right there. I think it kind of goes it's kind of a good transition to get into, since we've already talked about crypto. And crypto, we could have hours and hours long of, the episode, right? We just want to for this podcast itself, for the audience just to know, we just wanted to give like a general, like brief kind of explanation of crypto and, the examples that we have. Now I just want to shift into like NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and I want to see Patoshi's thought on this.
Yeah, hit me with some NFT questions.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
tell the
So
audience what an NFT is,
yeah,
man.
exactly. So basically NFTs are non-fungible tokens. So that's what it stands for. And basically what that means is every I guess every NFT itself is unique upon itself, to the point that it's built off, different attributes. So let's say if you have like a person, right? I'll give an example. Person might have, different like hair color, or like different features. So that's kind of what separates NFTs and cryptos itself, because crypto is fungible, meaning that each Bitcoin that you have is the same value. You might throw one Bitcoin and another Bitcoin, but what's the difference between one or the other Bitcoin? There's no difference. But NFTs, you could have one attribute with one with one object, and you have another attribute with another object. There's a difference. There's a rarity system. There's that uniqueness that people find value in. So that's kind of my generic explanation of NFTs. And Patoshi, I just want your thoughts, like just like if you have anything else to add about NFTs, or just to say, like, what it's really used for.
Yeah, I think NFTs is one of the biggest breakthroughs that's happening in crypto since Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum also. But so NFTs, I look at it as, it's not, it is still a cryptocurrency. Like each NFT is still basically a cryptocurrency, but it's part of a bigger ecosystem. So for example, the first NFT project was called CryptoPunks. And basically it is 10,000, you know, digital pictures of, you know, I don't really know what to call them. They're like figures,
Yeah,
like people
basically,
figures.
yeah,
But basically, there's only 10,000 of them, and each one is unique in its own way. It has different traits, and each trait becomes more unique. So,
yeah.
one of these punks might have glasses, and that might be only 10% of the collection that has glasses. So that's
Exactly.
what makes each one unique.
So you're telling me I can't screenshot this and post it on Twitter like I did
Yeah,
on.
I mean anyone can screenshot, but you're not the original owner. I can have the Mona Lisa picture in my house, but is it actually the Mona Lisa? It's
No.
probably not. So the cool thing about NFTs is you can verify ownership on the blockchain. You can see, when that NFT was created, who created that NFT, and you know, basically, it is a digital collectible. That's the best way to put it. So
Exactly.
it's like a Pokemon card.
Exactly. And just before Arrow, I think Arrow had some thoughts to it as well. But so like there's the popular one that everyone's heard, right? I mean, especially with CryptoPunks, there's the Bored Ape Yacht Club collection. I mean, you hear like all these, popular athletes, like these rappers and everyone just buying these Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. And you see you just see the kind of like a value. Like I've heard, I mean, I've from like TikTok and everything, owning a Bored Ape Yacht Club is more prestigious than owning like a Ferrari or something. That's what I heard, because
Yeah.
of just the class that it has. If you own a Bored Ape Yacht Club, you're in that, that realm. You're within that 10K realm. You're one of the 10K like people that own that, that ape.
Yeah,
And
and Segun, sorry to cut you off, but let me. This is a good point for Arrow's comment. He said, what gives it value? Look at Bored Ape Yacht Club. They are, they raised some funding from some venture capitalists. They're $1 billion company, and they just came out a couple of years ago. $1 billion startup, and the reason why they're worth $1 billion is because of their community. They have the
exactly,
strongest fan base community you will ever see. So
exactly.
the
You know,
people, the community is the value. You can have, imagine if we had gold and nobody gave gold value, who would want gold? Nobody would want gold.
no one would want gold. It's literally about.
People give things value.
Exactly. So owning an ape just seemed like that hot new thing, right? So people gave it value. So you own that, that gold Bored Ape, or you own that, different, attributes, different feature Bored Ape that makes you kind of feel special, So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, here's a question. So if I'm an audience member, I just heard Border Yacht Club. Now I'm curious. What is that?
It's basically it's just like what we mentioned. It's an NFT collection. So basically, of 10,000 apes with different attributes and features. So
Mm,
basically, one ape could have glasses. One ape could have like a hat. What it just depends on
Yeah.
different features, and it's algorithmically generated. Those 10,000.
But even Bored Ape now, I mean, the company behind Bored Ape is called Yuga Labs, and they are the geniuses behind what's to come. And they're building a metaverse, which is going to be a huge multiplayer game. It's actually going to be crazy. It's called The Other Side.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And now, if you had their NFTs, you could have got airdrops. So
Oh
these,
yeah.
I don't know if you want to go
Yeah, I
into
don't want
airdrops.
to think. I know I could have, right? I missed the opportunity, but yeah, if you had that's the utility side of things, right? Owning that Bored Ape, owning that that Mutant Ape Yacht Club, it gives you that airdrop of that ape token. So ape is basically it's another crypto that the Yuga Labs team decided to make itself. And once you own that, you get airdrop a certain amount. People are making like $100,000, $200,000 these Bored Ape Yacht Club holders just by owning this ape itself. So it's like life changing money. People have gone and bought houses with this thing, selling their apes, selling their ape coins, So NFTs, I know people say that NFTs, you screenshot it, you do this. I know people on TikTok say that, people on Twitter say that. But if you really want to hear like the utility behind it, what the community is about, it's more than just a screenshot itself. It can make you life changing money.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So while you guys were talking and you're Sagun, you were like, oh, buy this, you own this. Kind of like in my head, it was playing like I was thinking like I'm in a Monopoly board and I'm buying this, I'm buying that. So, anyways, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it feels like when you're in
it
crypto.
really does
You
because you
spend
never know.
money, you spend the amount of money like you would never spend before, and you don't think about it twice.
Oh yeah, and then also Patoshi, I don't know if you want to quickly just get into the gas fees as well, you know. People spend so much on that, you know.
Yeah,
So
I remember when the land for Yuga Labs when they released the other side, the land to claim the land or to mint land was costing $8,000 because everyone was trying to mint at one time to get this
exactly.
land collectible, and it clogged up the network and the fees just it went crazy.
Exactly. So gas fees are basically for those transactions to go through itself, right? Let's say if you're buying like an NFT, right? You would have to pay the network a certain amount of fees, and then once it does that, then the transactions in the blockchain become successful. And once it becomes successful, then you're basically the owner of that item itself. I don't know, Patoshi, if you had like any
Yeah,
specific.
basically you explained it right. So basically the gas fees go to the miners, some a portion of it, so they can validate those transactions. These miners are computers that are solving these mathematical equations, which verify the transactions, and then yeah,
Exactly.
eventually you get once those transactions are confirmed, you get your NFT.
Exactly. And I just want to mention to the audience, I mean, hopefully we're not throwing too much information at you guys because there's a lot of things. I mean, this podcast could be like 5 hours long, in my opinion. I could honestly talk for a little, like about cryptos and NFTs for 5 hours because I'm so passionate about it, right? So just like last closing thoughts, I just wanted Patoshi's kind of, thoughts on, the market right now. Like no one's really talking about this crypto. No one's really talking about NFTs right now. Why do you think that is? Why do you think the market is the way that it is, and what's it to come in, in the future?
Yeah, so right now, unfortunately, crypto does coincide with the stock market. So as you can see with stocks, the U.S. economies all around the world are struggling right now because now we're seeing what happened with COVID. We're seeing all the aftermath, and it's really hitting finances. So when stocks are down, crypto is usually going to be down. For the future outlook, I'm still very confident in crypto. I'm confident in the technical abilities that crypto has to offer to many industries in the world,
Oh,
healthcare, education, um, military. There's so many things that crypto could help with. But
exactly.
right now, I think economies have to get back to normal, um, because people are not gonna not just crypto. They're not gonna put their money anywhere. People are gonna be scared to spend any cash because they don't know whether gas is gonna keep going up or if
Exactly.
their mortgages are gonna keep going up. Too much uncertainty, but
Yeah, it's the fear itself. But
yeah,
yeah, I
crypto still
yeah,
has still
yeah.
has a way to go, and I guarantee you we're gonna see many bull runs. So
Oh,
I would educate everyone listening is to educate yourself. Just do your research, follow those people who are intelligent in the space, and even ask questions to Sagun or Arrow because they definitely know the game too. So ask
Yeah,
questions.
yeah, and I think Patoshi might have a Twitter account, so maybe people can tweet you, follow you in the future.
Yeah, so
Um,
you can find me on Twitter at just search Patoshi Nakamoto, and you should see a mutant ape with a purple background. So that should be me.
yeah.
okay,
Ape
okay,
King.
okay. So hi, so everyone. I hope you really enjoyed, listening to Patoshi and Sagun get in depth with crypto, NFTs, gas fees, utility, and the many other topics that they covered. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And more importantly, we might have Patoshi for another round, just depending on how interesting the audiences are. But thank you very much, Patoshi, for joining us at Lunar Nation.
Yeah,
And
thank you guys for having me. It's been a
yeah,
pleasure.
and we really enjoyed hearing from you. And more importantly, thank you everyone for listening. please like, subscribe, rate, and comment to our podcast. And we'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye.